Hello, I am Amber, and I want to know if you want to know how to create a regimen and stick to it as far as natural hair goes. So if you would like to know a few tips, I have 8 of them here on how to create a regimen and stick to it. Just stick around. If you hop on live, let me know that you're here. If you catch the replay, give me a hashtag replay. So yesterday I received my curl kit box, and I buy these not all the time. I did some last year and I did it for like 3 months, but I got November's box, and in November's box, well, in all the boxes, they come with a little book and a box full of products. But in this book is a lot of helpful tips, and so this is what I'm going to be reading from. I tell you guys, I try to give you guys tips all the time about, creating a hair care regimen and all that stuff, but these are a few tips that I may not have gone over, but this is just creating a regimen and sticking to it. Hi, Alicia. So the key to great hair is to develop a hair care regimen and stick to it. A structured routine in which you perform basic and specialized hair care practices is essential. Building a hair care regimen requires quite a bit of trial and error, mostly in regards to finding right hair care products and practices to address your specific needs. Below are some tips to help you do this, and I tell people this all the time. Like, if you come to me, yes, I can get your hair to look the way you want it to look, but you have to keep up the practices that I am doing on your hair. Like, you can't come to me once and then don't wash your hair again for another month, or don't ever deep condition it and then think when you do wash it or deep condition it, it's going to look the way that I made it look. You have to keep up with the regimen. So the first tip is know your hair type. This is the first step in any hair care regimen. Some people dismiss their hair type and just start the regimen, which proves to be costly in the long run. And people tell me or ask me all the time, what kind of products should I buy? Well, you have to know your hair type to start buying products, because you can spend a lot of money on trying to find the right stuff. I've done it. I know, that it can happen. So, for instance, there's no point of using dry hair moisturizing conditioner on oily hair. It would just make the oiliness worse. It's therefore important to do research on your hair type. And my hair type is like 3B, 3C, 4A. Like, you won't just have one hair type. Nobody probably just has one hair type. Today I shampooed, deep conditioned. I sat under the steamer with my deep conditioner on. My deep conditioner had protein in it. And I will get to that. And then I just did the LOC method and braided it up. So you know what that means. It means I'm going to be wearing my wraps the upcoming week. Number 2, condition of your hair. This is the most important step when considering a hair care regimen. Judging your hair's condition will tell you exactly what it needs to be in optimal health. It can also give you clues on which practices are damaging your hair. Sometimes we are damaging our hair and we don't know that we're damaging it. So if you're not seeing hair growth, like, some of your practices that you're doing to your hair may be pulling your hair out as it's growing. Like, if you brush it too hard, comb it too hard, all that stuff. Let's see, for example, if you are suffering from breakage, you can root out the cause and stop the specific practice. It's also important you determine your hair's porosity, moisture level, as well as your scalp's strength and health. I tell you all the time, it doesn't really matter your hair type. Your hair porosity is what's important. If you have high porosity hair, you're going to have to do a little bit extra to keep that moisture in there. If you have low porosity hair, you got to make sure you're putting or not putting products in your hair that are going to build up, because low porosity hair is prone to product buildup, which means you have to clarify it monthly. Step 3, cleansing and conditioning schedule. Washing the hair every day does not work for everyone, and it can be damaging, especially if you're using a harsh shampoo. It's always best to condition. Alternatively, you can co-wash whereby you refrain from using a shampoo and opt for a conditioner only. Many people favor this co-washing and only use shampoo when they have a large buildup in their hair. I co-washed my hair on Wednesday. The reason being, when I washed it last Sunday, I only used that one product to style my hair. So I did not layer the products on my hair as I usually do, so I felt like it was dried out. So on Wednesday, the middle of the week, I co-washed my hair and then just put leave-in conditioner on it, threw it up in a bun. But today I did use shampoo. I do have low porosity hair in the back. In the front, I feel like it's high porosity because it does get drier in the front. But co-washing, you have to be careful with that, especially if you are low porosity, because that conditioner will start to build up on your hair and then you're not getting moisture in, and then you're wondering why your hair is so dry or it's not retaining moisture. It's because you have buildup. Deep conditioning schedule. Step number 4. You should deep condition your hair at least once a week. I do not know how many times I have said that. I deep condition every time I shampoo my hair. If I'm co-washing, no, because I'm using a conditioner. But if I shampoo my hair, which today I used my DIY shampoo, which was shampoo that I made myself, I always deep condition my hair, and a lot of people do not deep condition their hair. I promise you, if you take that one step to deep condition on the regular, you will see a change in your hair. So once a week is rule. That's what I do. However, it's worth noting that not all conditioners are equal, and everyday conditioners moisturize but do not deep condition. But I do have a trick for regular conditioners to make it a deep conditioner. Additionally, a deep conditioner will nourish your hair. So you want to make sure you are deep conditioning your hair when you wash it. I have been natural like 2 years now and it's still dry. So I will talk to you about that. There's got to be something that you are not doing in your regimen, or you're not consistent with your regimen, and that's why your hair is dry. My hair, like I said, I braided up. It will be wet for 2 days because my hair, it is low porosity most of the time. But it will be wet for 2 days. It'll still be wet. Oils do not moisturize your hair. They seal in the moisture. So that might be your problem. However you are layering your products, it makes a difference, okay? Antoinette, we'll talk later, okay? Step number 5, protein strengthening schedule, which is what I did today. I did a protein, it wasn't an actual protein treatment. It was an ORS. It was the ORS mayonnaise deep conditioner. So it was a moisturizing deep conditioner, but it also had protein in it. And you have to be careful with the protein. First of all, you got to make sure you're not protein sensitive, because if you use too much protein, you will break your hair off. So you want to make sure you're not overusing it. And there's different levels to protein. There's light protein treatments, there's deep conditioning protein treatments, and then there's the strong, heavy protein treatments like the Apogee 2-step protein treatment. So when you're doing a protein treatment, you have to be careful what you are using and how often you are doing it. But you should do it on a schedule. The hair's main structure is a protein called keratin. Heat breaks down keratin bonds and destroys protein. So every time you are flat ironing your hair or curling it or putting a blow dryer on it, you are breaking down the keratin of your hair. So if you do flat iron, like when I flat iron my hair, which is only once or twice a year, when I wash it again, I do a protein treatment because I want to get that keratin back. I want to get that protein back that I broke down when I straightened it. So I always do a protein treatment after I straighten my hair. To repair this damage, it's therefore essential to strengthening this protein. If the damage is light, strengthening should take every 6 to 8 weeks. Medium damage, however, will require a more frequent strengthening, such as a 4 to 6 weeks. As for the hair that has been chemically straightened, dyed, or processed in any way, strengthening treatment should be every 2 to 4 weeks. So if you are doing protein every 2 to 4 weeks, that means your hair is super, super damaged. And to keep yourself on track with what you're putting in your hair, what you're doing to your hair, I suggest keeping a journal. Like, I have been keeping this since 2014, when I really started taking care of my hair. And I'm just a little OCD, but I need a new one. I want a new one for Christmas. I write in here recipes. I write in here regimens that I want to do for like a 3-month period. I write in here every week what I put on my hair. So like, I did a protein treatment this week. I know that I shouldn't do another one for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. It's just very handy to know what you're putting in your hair, when you're putting in your hair, and also keeping a journal will help you know what works. I am going to go back to 2017, where I seen the most growth in my hair, to see what I was doing. Like, what was I doing in 2017 that I'm not currently doing? I'm going to go back to doing that. So it's just, like I said, I'm a little OCD, and that's why I do it. But I do think it's very important, especially if you are on a natural hair journey and you're trying to grow your hair out. Going back to where you were, what you were doing, however many years ago, and then, being able to look back. And also with that, I try to take a lot of pictures. So I can, when I style my hair with something different, I want to take a picture to see what it looked like. And I write it down. And then when I look at that picture, I can be like, well, what did I use on my hair? I just go back to my journal. I always make sure I date it. I go back to my journal and it tells me exactly what I used, what technique I used to get my curls to look the way they looked. I don't know. Just my thing. I don't know. But anyway, step number 6, styling schedule. Despite the urge to mimic all the latest styles, it's worth nothing that it would result to hair damage. So, if you over manipulate your hair, you can damage it. I do my hair once a week. Once a week. That's styling and everything. I wash it. I style it. I don't do it again until the next week. Unless I have to co-wash or something in the middle of the week. But guys, I do not do my hair every day or every other day or every 2 days. I do my hair once a week. These braids will stay in my hair all week, and I will wear my wraps until next Sunday when I wash my hair again. Frequent styling and handling increases knots, tangles, damage, and split ends. To avoid this, employ low. I don't know who that was. To avoid this, employ low manipulation styles which you can wear for several days. Examples of such styles include a braid, which can be slept in, or a messy bun that can be left to get messier for a few days. So, and I always tie my hair down. I don't care if it's braided. I don't care if it's in a wash and go. I don't care if it's in a braid out, if it's in twist. I protect my hair at night. Always. Number 7, stick to hair care. Just like a diet, once you find a care system that works for you, stick to it. Unlike a diet, though, don't get bored and veer off the right path. Remember that you have found something that works and the results will be worth the effort. And a lot of people, I guess, don't like to put in the effort for their hair to be healthy. You can't just braid it up and then wear a wig for however many days or weeks and not take care of the hair underneath, okay? Reevaluating. This is step number 8, and this is the last step on how to get into a hair care regimen and stick to it. Change is inevitable, and the hair requires it as well. Assess your hair every few months if need be. Keep a hair journal. I just told you that. Or to note what works for certain hair care problems. This means that should a problem reoccur, you can reference back and find out how you fixed it. And I love my journal. And like I said, it just might be because I'm OCD, but I like to be able to look back and look at recipes that I've put in there, or, what I used, products that I used together, or if products that I used together didn't work, I'll go back in my journal and note, hey, these didn't work well together. Don't use them again. So I just think it's a very important part of your hair care journey to keep a journal. Vitally, a hair care regimen requires you to be honest about what is causing your hair care problems. Resist popular and tempting practices such as straightening. Stick to what you know works best and will yield results. So those are 8 ways to, well, not ways, but 8 steps to get into a hair care regimen and stick to it. I tell y'all, I try to put hair care tips up every week. I do wash my hair weekly, with an exception if I got some twists, some small twists or something. I might keep those in for 2 weeks or keep them in for a week and then wear the twist out for a week. But I do not go beyond 2 weeks without washing my hair. Now, when I was relaxed, I probably washed my hair once every 3 weeks or maybe once a month, and I never deep conditioned it, ever. I never deep conditioned my hair. And my hair, although it was, I wouldn't say my hair was long when it was relaxed. I mean, it stayed probably on my shoulders. It's the longest it's ever gotten. But it's been in the middle of my back since being natural. So, it's really important to find what works for you. What works for me may not work for you, and that is perfectly okay. You have to find what works for you and stick to it. Hi, Miss Omega. So, you can take what I'm giving you and make it your own, make it work for you. I'm just trying to give you general rules, general practices to start doing to, help yourself in this natural hair journey. And, that's all I can do. I can't really tell you much over a message. I try when people message me about their hair, but I really need to see your hair, feel your hair, and to be able to tell you exactly what you need to do to it. I can't really do that over the internet, but I do try to give simple tips if I can. But I really just need to see your hair to be able to tell you what you need to do with it. But if you found value in this video, please like, comment, and share. I do have one more tip on how to make a regular conditioner, a deep conditioner. If you would like that information, just hit my inbox. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. And I'll be back tomorrow for this 14 days of lives. And I appreciate you guys. So I'll see you later. Happy Sunday.